Yo, what's going on, guys? In this video, we're going to look at the Sunday showdown slate with the Bucks heading into Toronto to take on the Raptors here in Game 3. So let's get right into it. Please like and subscribe before we get started. So far throughout the first two games, I made it a priority to have both Giannis and Leonard in my lineup. And that's going to be the same case tonight. With the amount of usage each one has and the amount the ball just stays in their hands, it's going to be very hard for either one not to have a good game this series, especially with both of their impacts on the defensive end with the blocks and steals. So here in the captain spot, both guys are in play for me. I like Leonard a little more just because he offers more roster flexibility, being $1,200 cheaper than Giannis and still having that 60-point upside and 65-point upside. Kawhi Leonard has been forced to put the team on his back this entire postseason. Continues to score over 30 points. Scored 31 points the first two games of the series. About a couple rebounds shy of a double-double his last game. Still making impact in the steals department. Just been forced to take a ton of shots. Nobody on the Raptors is really stepping up besides him. And at home, he's going to have to once again put the team on his back. So Leonard here. Giannis as well at 12-2 has been playing outstanding. Really furthering his case to be MVP this playoffs with the amount of just dominance he's been. Dominating the paint, can get to the paint at will. Really been racking up the blocks and steals. And just been racking up a ton of rebounds. Has 13 plus rebounds in 4 out of his past 5 games. Basically a center that can also score like 30 points and get a ton of blocks and assists too. So Giannis, again, both of these guys are going to be in my lineup. And then this is where we can kind of get tricky after we know that both of these guys should be in your lineup. And then you can kind of get tricky with some of the other plays you play. If you want to get really sneaky, you don't want to fill up all your salary cap. That's the way to be different. But anyway, I think Siakam at 9,000 is in for a huge bounce back game today. Last round against the Sixers, he was really bad in Philly, but he was really good at home. So at home against the Sixers, he put up 39, 44, 46, 33. And on the road, he put up 29, 22, and 37. And so far in Milwaukee, he's been really bad. 6 of 20 the first game and 4 of 9 and fouled out the last game. But he can definitely make an impact. And I would expect him to have a big game before the series is over. And I would think it would come here in front of the home crowd in Game 3. So I like Siakam. And then with the Bucks being just so deep, with like Brogdon getting a lot of minutes, Bledsoe, Brook Lopez, Mirotic, Hill, Ilyasova, they're just very, very deep. You can easily make a bunch of different lineups with these value plays. I like Mirotic a little bit here at 5,200. He's a little cheaper than some of the other guys on the team that play a lot of minutes, that play similar minutes, like Brogdon is 7,000, Bledsoe 6,400, Lopez is 58, Mirotic is only 52. He's still starting, and he's going to play like 25 to 28 minutes. Last game, it was a blowout, so he only played 23. But if he gets hot shooting the basketball, he could have a big game easily. And we know he can have a couple steals and blocks. We've seen it this season with him. So he's a guy that has like 35-point upside at a 5,200 price tag. So I like Mirotic. And then with some value plays I think Norman Powell is going to see a lot of minutes in this one. With the Raptors needing a spark off the bench and with Danny Green not being able to provide much, and with Fred VanVleet struggling, I think Powell is going to get an opportunity to really make a mark on this game in front of his home crowd here in Toronto. He got 25 minutes last game, some of which came in a blowout, but he was much more effective shooting 6 of 9, shooting 50% from the 3 than some of the other starters, and all the other starters besides for Leonard. So you should see some minutes. I won't be surprised if the Raptors really shake up the starting lineup and play him. And I kind of like Ibaka too. So with Gasol being really bad this series, shooting under 20% the first two games, not making an impact very much in the defensive category either. He only played 19 minutes last game. If he continues to struggle out of the gate, Nick Nurse will not hesitate to play Ibaka more minutes over him. Ibaka can make a big impact with his defense as well with his blocks. He led the league in blocks per game a couple years ago. He played 27 minutes last game. And against the Sixers, the Raptors did roll out a big lineup where they ran Lowry, Leonard, Siakam, Ibaka, and Gasol at times. And that lineup was effective, so I'm not sure why Nick Nurse hasn't really gone to it this series. But with the Bucks playing big, I think he will kind of go to it, try that out in Game 3 with them needing a different look. And Ibaka can provide it with his defense and offense. So something like this I think is pretty good for DraftKings. And then on FanDuel, it's going to be kind of the same story. Giannis going to be my captain. My 2X guy. Just because I haven't projected for more points than Leonard. And it's not like you're paying more for him to play him at the 2X. So I like Giannis, then Leonard, and then a 10.5 guy, maybe like Brogdon here, who should see like minutes in the 25 to 28 minutes. Just been really, really good off the bench, providing a spark. The Bucks are just really, really good. I will be really excited to see them and the Warriors face off in the finals. And then with some cheap options, we're going to need maybe go with like Brook Lopez and Norman Powell, right? Or if you don't want to play Brook Lopez, you could play like Serge Ibaka. It's the same price tag. Or if you don't want to play Brogdon, you could play like Mirotic and then go up to somebody else. You can't really go up from Ibaka. Nope, you can't go up from there either. But you could leave $500 on the table just to be different. So yeah, leaving money on the table is a way to be really different on these showdown slates and a way to not tie with the hundreds of other people. Because if you max out, if you're going to play Giannis and Leonard in the same two spots like I am, then about like 75% of the field is going to have those two spots filled by the same two players. So by leaving some extra money down here in these three spots is a way to be different. So I don't mind going like this and leaving $1,500 on the table, because on these showdown slates, I'm looking for a takedown. I'm not really looking to just min cash, if you know what I'm saying. But that's it for the video. Those are the picks for DraftKings and FanDuel. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it, and good luck today.